sunny day here at the Big A. Perfect day for baseball. The Halos trying to erase last night's deficit. They've lost 3 in a row, and this afternoon they will try to pick up the finale of the 4-game series against the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth inside the Big A. In fact, Angels baseball on Fox Sports West. Victor Rojas, along with my partner Mark Gubson. As we pointed out last night, a very, very tough loss for this Angels ball club, not only in the West in the wild card, but just overall in the clubhouse, so much so that there was a players-only meeting after the game. But as you like to say, there's only so much you could do with players-only meetings or meetings in general. You have to execute out on the field.
Yeah, Victor, that's why we're going to go over the key to the game right away. You turn the page. That's the important thing for this club right now. They got to play the game the right way. They're scoring runs. They're aggressive on the base. They're playing some solid defense. For me, it's all coming around that pitching staff. If they go out there and pitch like they're capable of doing, from the starting pitching all the way through the bullpen, there's an opportunity to be able to win this last game. They're facing a tough pitcher in Matt Moore today, but Zach Greinke's every bit as good, the former Cy Young Award winner.
Well, you mentioned Zach Greinke, and Zach had a very good start the last time out. This will be his 5th start as a member of the Angels. His execution tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, against the Rays.
Well, I mean, he's watched these first 3 games, and what you see from this Rays team, very aggressive early in the game on the fastball. But that's why you utilize your fastball, go to the outer half of the plate, get some quick outs. Early in the game yesterday, CJ got a lot of quick outs on fastballs down. Greinke's very good as far as spotting his 2-seam fastball. Best command he's had of that pitch since joining the Angels last time out. So look for him to do that. Then he mixes in his curveball, his change, and his devastating slider. But the reality is he has an opportunity as a pitcher to set the tone early on and allow the offense to get going. And, of course, look for him to be able to pitch late in the game.
The offense was there last night. They'll have their hands full today as Matt Moore will make the start, the left-hander for the Rays. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We'll bring you the lineups in the first pitch when we return. By Hyundai's Summer Drive sales event now through September 3rd. And by 76 Gas, we're on the driver's side. Field today. They are wearing their alternate red tops, and we will take a look at Joe Madden's starting 9. The Rays at 66 and 54 picked up a game in the American League East standings. They are now 5 back of the New York Yankees, who will host the Boston Red Sox later on tonight. Desmond Jennings leading things off in left field. B.J. Upton is in center. Matt Joyce back in the lineup. He's in right. Evan Longoria homered last night, a 2-run shot in that 5th inning. He's the DH. Carlos Pena with the pinch hit game-winning home run last night. He is back at first base. Ryan Roberts in second. Sean Rodriguez at third base. Jose Molina is doing the catching, and Elliott Johnson gets the start at shortstop. Taking on Zach Greinke, who with the Angels has a 1-1 mark and a 5.54 ERA, but is coming off a victory his last time out.
And talked about the fact that he had good command of his fastball early on, the two-seam fastball. He's got very good stuff. He's got a swing and miss slider, very good curveball, great changeup, fields his position well, but the key for him with all his other pitches is be able to have the command of that two-seam fastball, especially early in the game against his aggressive lineup.
Defensively for the Angels behind Greinke this afternoon, Vernon Wells in left, Mike Trout in center, Mark Trumbo is in right field. The infield consists of Alberto Callasco, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, Albert Pujols from third to first, and it's Bobby Wilson behind the plate.
And Bobby Wilson getting that start behind the plate. It's up to Bobby to control the pace of the game. 53 starts at that position here behind the plate. Catchers control the game, call the pitches, and keep the pace of the pitcher going. It allows the defense behind him to play well.
First start for Bobby behind the plate since last Sunday, so it's been a week with Ainetta doing the catching all week long. First one from Greinke is a fastball in there for a strike. Desmond Jennings last night went 0 for 4. Did have a bases loaded walk and picked up an RBI. Hitting .249 on the year with 9 home runs and 36 runs batted in. Gets jammed here, and it's a no-ball, 2-strike count. Mentioned Greinke coming off a win. That was against Cleveland here on the 14th. Allowed 4 runs on 8 hits in 7 innings of work. Snapped an 8-start winless streak. Breaking pitch is downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice miss with that hard slider just off the plate and down. Now it gives him options of running the fastball back in or spotting that fastball away.
Now the 1-2. Breaking pitch out to center. Trout over to his left. There's out number 1.
Early on, you can see how difficult it is for an outfielder to be able to track a baseball, especially when it's hit right at him. Lost in the sun initially.
There's B.J. Upton with 1 out, nobody on. Breaking pitch is in for a strike. Upton had a 1 for 5 game. Hitting .249 on the season with 15 home runs and 53 runs batted in. His one and only hit came in the first inning of last night's game. That was against C.J. A ball that hit off the wall in left field. And Upton missed the bag at first base, stayed there, and then eventually was picked off.
6 for 14 in the series with 2 home runs. Both fastballs that were meant to be fastballs in the outside corner that ran middle up, and he jumped on it.
One ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2, 95-mile-per-hour fastball, humping up a little bit. And Zach is a guy that features the entire arsenal as far as pitches are concerned.
Changes speed well with the fastballs. Has a good cut fastball to go along with the 2-seam and 4-seam fastballs.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Upton, 2 down.
That hard, nasty slider that he has. There's Reed fastball, and then that sharp break at the end. It's a number of his strikeouts.
So with 2 outs and the bases clear, Matt Joyce, the right fielder, will step in. Fastball missing upstairs. Joyce hitting .262 with 14 home runs and 44 runs batted in.
Pretty good numbers in his career versus Greinke. 5 for 13. That's a .385 batting average with 1 home run.
2 balls and no strikes. Second time that Greinke has faced the Rays this year in his first start as an Angel. Came on July 29th right here at the Big A. He ended up taking the loss. Gave up 2 runs on 7 hits and 7 innings of work. The Rays have just flat out dominated the Angels this season. And in that start on the 29th, Greinke was opposed by Jeremy Hellickson. Went 6 shutout inning. Then Farnsworth, Peralta, Rodney closed it out. 2-1 pitch. That's inside. 3 balls and a strike. Joyce hitless in the series. Went 0 for 3 in Thursday night's game. 0 for 5 Friday night. Did not play last night. 2 outs here in the first and the 3-1. That's upstairs and he walked him. A 2-out walk puts a man on for Evan Longoria.
Matt Joyce runs a little bit too, and we've seen that throughout the series for the Rays. Very aggressive. 4 stolen bases in 6 attempts, but Greinke very good as far as slowing down a running game. Quick move to first, holds the ball well. As an Angel, he only allowed 1 stolen base in 2 attempts so far.
Longoria hitting .301 on the year. Homered last night, 2nd home run of the series. His 6th of the season, 28 home runs. It was the only hit that Longoria picked up last night, going 1 for 4 with those 2 runs batted in. Last batter that C.J. Wilson faced, as Wilson gave up 7 runs in 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. First time at home in which the Angels had blown an 8-0 lead. Greinke behind on the count at 2-0 with Joyce at first. There's a strike.
That's the beauty of baseball. You play that very next day, and even better, you get an opportunity to play a day game after a tough loss at night. And Mike Scioscia's team had to endure yesterday.
Halos with the loss now 62-59, 8 back in the West, 3.5 back in the American League wild card. Texas has just defeated the Blue Jays 11-2 in Toronto. 2-1. Breaking pitches down low. 3 balls and a strike. And games that matter as far as the Angels are concerned, wild card wise, Baltimore leading Detroit 7-5, Kansas City leading the White Sox 2-0. Oakland will be playing later on. Joyce takes off the 3-1 line to center. Trout now has to come in. He'll make the catch. That's exactly what Goodwin was just talking about. The ball hit right at you. But he hangs on and he makes the catch. He will be leading things off when we return with no score. No runs coming across as we take a look at Mike Schertz's lineup here in the bottom of the first inning. Mike Trout leading things off in center. Torrey Hunter will bat second, but he'll serve as the DH this afternoon. Albert Pujols in first. Mark Trumbo gets a start in right field. Howie Kendrick is in second. Alberto Callasco in third. Eric Ibar is the shortstop batting seventh. Vernon Wells will bat eighth and play left field. And Bobby Wilson batting ninth. And doing the catching as they take on the 23-year-old left-hander by the name of Matt Moore.
Matt Moore fastball 91 to 97. Also has a very good curveball and changeup. Last time we saw him, he utilized that changeup a lot earlier in the game. Very effective for him against the Angels just a few starts ago.
Third career start for Moore against the Angels, all three this season. 1-0 with a 1.50 ERA. The first one is a fastball, and it is in for a strike. Moore does not waste a whole lot of time as Trout steps back into the batter's box. Mike 3 for 4 last night with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Pushes the bunt off the plate. Molina fields that in foul territory. And it's an 0-2 count. Molina wants help from the first base umpire.
That's the home plate umpire's call before it goes by the base at first base. Joe wants verification to make sure that he felt that ball was foul. From that angle, looks like Jose Molina did feel that ball was on the other side of the line, a foul ball.
So an 0-2 count on Trout, hitting .343 with 23 home runs, 69 runs batted in, 22 doubles and 6 triples on the year.
3-hit night last night, including a home run and a walk.
Has a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 8th 3-hit game of the year for Trout. Bouncer towards short. Elliott Johnson has it, gets rid of it quickly, and they just get Trout by a step for the first out. Let's check out the defense for the Rays. Jennings, Upton, and Joyce in the outfield from left to right. Rodriguez, Johnson, Robertson, Pena from third to first. Molina behind the plate.
Seeing Carlos Pena making that stretch to be able to get Trout at first. One of the best fielding first basemen you're going to find. He's committed 5 errors so far this year at that position, but very soft hands, very good as far as scooping. Low throws, a .995 fielding percentage at first base. Former Gold Glove winner.
There's Torrey Hunter, the DH. Torrey last night picking up a 3-hit game himself, 3 for 5. A double and a run batted in, hitting .300. 12 home runs and 57 RBIs as he bounces this one to the left side. Sean Rodriguez has it. 2 outs. And pretty much all of the graphics that we have shown you from Rays starting pitching in this series, very similar. They've been getting better as the season has progressed.
Well, when he came up and pitched that game against Texas in the postseason last year, you knew he was going to be a special pitcher. Lefty that throws that hard. Has some good guys to watch as far as pitching as James Shields and David Price. Both young pitchers themselves, but their ability to change speeds allowed him to utilize his changeup to go along with that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
2 outs and nobody on. No score here in the first. And Albert looks at a fastball for a strike. Pujols had a multi-hit game as well. 2 for 5, a home run and 2 RBIs as he fouls this one back over the screen. And so at 2. Albert hitting .279. 27 home runs, 84 runs batted in, 32 doubles. The on-base percentage of .341. This one out towards center field. B.J. Upton tracking this one down as Albert got that one off the end of the bat. And the Angels go down in order here in the first. We'll head to the second with no score. Aerial coverage brought to you by Hangar One. Vodka made in California, an actual aircraft hangar. Great shots. From high above.
Yeah, we've had some fantastic shots.
Do you think it's filled with vodka today?
Possibly.
Possibly.
He turned to page 2, like we did.
Pena, Roberts, Rodriguez here in the second with no score. Frankie with a strikeout and a walk in the first. Fastball missed inside. 1-0. Pena pinch hit in the 8th inning last night against Kevin Jepson and hit a 2-run home run, the game winner. 16th of the year. Hitting 193 on the season. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels overshift with 3 infielders on the right side. Callaspo stays in, but shifted a little bit over toward the shortstop position. Pena has been known to drop the bunt, not afraid to do so on a full overshift.
And this is when it helps to have a pitcher that can field his position so well, and Greinke to cover that ground.
2 balls and a strike. Greinke threw 19 pitches in the first inning, 9 strikes. Matt Moore threw 9 pitches, 7 strikes. Two 1 pitch. Breaking ball is in there. 2-2. Well, first time in a while we've seen the red tops being busted out. We've seen the white unis pretty much all week long. Got to mix it up somehow.
Got to try everything.
Now the 2-2. Breaking pitch. Got him looking down. Goes Pena. There's out number 1. Second strikeout for Zach.
Boy, nice pitch sequence throughout the entire bat against Pena. A fastball hitter. He makes it a changeup and a couple curveballs. Good break. Gets the benefit of that call right off the outside corner at 74. But if you're around the zone enough, you're going to get the benefit of a call around the corners.
1 out, nobody on for Ryan Roberts, the second baseman. Roberts picked up in a deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Takes a fastball inside, hitting .217 as a member of the Rays after going 2 for 4 last night. 1 home run and 8 runs batted in with Tampa Bay. Diamondbacks this year got into 83 games and hit .250 for them. 1 ball, 1 strike. These two squared off last year in the division series. Greinke and Roberts. Roberts had a very good season last year. Pulls this one up the line, but foul.
Well, he had some big hits for the Diamondbacks in key spots. Power numbers were there for him.
I want to say, this off the top of my head, that Milwaukee won the first 2 games of that division series. Went to Arizona, and then they had that big first inning. I want to say Roberts hit a grand slam.
A big following in that crowd in Arizona.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch out to center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So the Rays have a man on board for Sean Rodriguez, and we'll check out the Kia standings. Both the American League West and the American League Wild Card. Texas having won earlier today, their 70th win of the season. Lost by the Angels. They would find themselves 9 back in the division. At the start of the day, the Angels 3.5 back in the American League Wild Card. We mentioned that Baltimore currently leading Detroit 7-5, and the White Sox losing 2-0.
And when you look at the Angels' schedule the rest of the year, you play almost every one of those teams that are ahead of you in the wild card race outside of Baltimore. So you play the Tigers, you have to play Oakland. Now you're finishing off here with Tampa.
This one through the left side. It's a single for Sean Rodriguez. So back-to-back hits allowed by Greinke. That'll bring up Molina.
Rodriguez now 5 for 9 in the series. And you got to believe with Jose Molina at the plate, Joe Madden will have some action going as far as Roberts and Rodriguez both run pretty well on the bases, just to stay out of a potential ground ball double play.
Jose had the night off last night, hitting .208 on the year. 1-0. Molina with 5 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Rays last night 3 for 4 with men in scoring position in the series, 9 for 18. One ball, one strike.
Greinke's throwing the ball very well against Molina. A number of them have been on his hard slider. 1 for 13 with 4 strikeouts against Greinke. Molina is good fastball hitter, but will chase breaking pitches out of the zone.
Roberts standing at second, Rodriguez at first with no score here in the second inning. Two-one count. Ibar comes in now, and he wants to talk with Bobby Wilson as well as Zach Greinke. Roberts has been taking a fairly generous secondary lead at second base.
Greinke, great footwork as far as that pickoff to second base. You also may have the possibility of Bobby Wilson throwing a back pick.
Now he's charged with trying to keep Roberts close to the bag at second. The outfield at normal depth with Molina at the plate. Remember, Trumbo's out in right field. Torrey serving as a DH. A 2-ball, 1-strike count on Molina with 1 out. 3-1. Snap throw to first, but it's ball 4. Doesn't matter. The bases are loaded. Second walk issued by Greinke, and here comes Mike Butcher. Elliott Johnson will be the batter. Getting to start today at shortstop for Ben Zobrist, a 1-switch hitter, playing the shortstop position for another. Zobrist getting a day off as he got to start in the first 3 games of this series. Johnson, a .244 hitter on the season. .283 from the left side.
Very difficult to double up. He's only hitting 2 double plays. He's got good speed. And with Matt Moore on the mound, you cannot afford to have a big inning against you here early on.
Greinke deciding to work from the full windup. We've seen this in the past. Kayas went on the grass at third. Here's the first one. And is inside. It actually hit him, and it's 1-0 Rays. So 2 singles, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Back to the top of the order now, Jennings.
And just turned into that pitch. You don't have to try to get out of the way of it. Johnson gets an RBI on that hard slider off his leg.
And now an even tougher hitter at the plate to double up, and Desmond Jennings with a fly ball to center his first time up. Popped him up on the infield. Infield fly rule is called. 2 outs.
Very effective pitch. Fastball runs it in on the hand of Jennings. What you try to do, especially in an RBI situation, because hitters are looking for something out over the plate to hit in the air. If you can run a fastball in at the hands, you can have that type of result.
So here's B.J. Upton, a strikeout victim in the first. With the bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-0 Rays.
Nice job by Bobby Wilson blocking that hard slider in the dirt. Good technique. Got his body in front. Kept that ball from getting away.
Two and 0. Greinke's thrown more balls than strikes. 21 balls, 18 strikes, 39 total pitches.
Seems to be starting his slider off the plate to start with. You have to at least catch part of the plate to get a hitter to chase a pitch off the plate when it finishes up the break, but you can't start it off the corner and get somebody to swing at that.
2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. That would beg the question, why not stick with that pitch a little more often against a team that collectively is hitting 236?
It's an unhittable pitch. Back-to-back 95-mile-an-hour fastballs on the corner at the knees.
Full count now. That'll get the base runners going with 2 outs.
Again, sometimes as a pitcher, you outthink yourself. You've thrown 2 perfect pitches on the corner. You think, okay, maybe I'll get him a swing at a slider. But you have a pitcher with that kind of command, and you have an umpire that just heard a little bit from B.J. Upton about the fact he thought it was a ball. You hit that exact spot, there's a good chance he's going to be called out.
So he'll work from the stretch here. The runners take off, and a 3-2 is fouled back. Is there an exercise that you can get pitchers to stop overthinking a little bit?
You almost have to play a game with the with the pitching staff. Say, let's get as quick as outs as possible. 3 pitches to a batter, it's too much. I want less than 3 pitches. Utilize your fastball and live on the outside corner until they adjust to you.
Runners take off. A little third to second look, but nobody cutting in at second base. Molina took a pretty good lead at second base. Another 3-2, and he walked it. 2-0 Rays.
Well, how often did we talk to Hall of Famer Jim Palmer, whether here or in Baltimore, about how effective a fastball at the knees on the outside corner is? I mean, you can live there all game long. They may hit the ball hard the other way, but chances are you're going to keep it in the yard. The baseball has a chance of being hit at somebody, and the pace of the game is there for you because you're going to get some swings because hitters realize you're on the plate.
2 walks in the inning, 3 overall for Greinke. Here's Matt Joyce with the bases loaded still. Breaking pitch in for a strike. One and one. Joyce drew a walk in the first inning, loops one out to right field. Trumbo can't get it. He'll play it on a hop. 1 run is in. Johnson comes in, and it's a 4-0 Rays lead. And once again, for an Angels pitcher, unable to stop the bleeding in a big inning. believe that's now the 13th time the Angels, a pitcher, has allowed 4 or more runs in an inning over the last 18 or 19 games. Joyce picks up RBIs 45 and 46, and here's Evan Longoria as the Rays have batted around.
It's 4 consecutive games against the Rays. They've done that against Angel pitching.
Upton ends up at third base as Longoria pulls this one to third. They'll get the force out at second. The inning mercifully comes to an end, but they bat around here in the second. The Rays have a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the second, 4-0 Rays. Trumbo, Kendrick, and Callaspo to face Matt Moore, who threw a total of 9 pitches in the first inning, got 2 ground ball outs and a fly ball to center.
Well, it's just stunning to see. There's so many great arms and track records to say that it's a complete surprise that these games against the Rays, especially with these arms and their ability to throw strikes.
As Trumbo looks at a strike.
Trumbo 3 for 6 in his career versus Moore with a home run. Especially in a day game, no lead is safe. Want to jump right out there as an offense right away.
Trumbo 2 for 5 last night, had an RBI, hitting .287 on the year with 29 home runs, and he'll take a called strike 3 on the inside corner. There's out number 1. So Moore picks up his first strike out of the ball game, and that'll bring up Howie.
And the one thing you have to be aware of as a hitter, whether you're batting left or right, Wolf is calling that side of the plate. When he called Trumbo out, we've seen him call some pitches away against lefties on that spot.
Howie shoots one into right field. Joyce picks it up. Very good throwing arm, and he'll hold Kendrick to a 1-out single. Here's Callaspo. Bounces this one on the first pitch to Rodriguez. And it's an inning-ending double play. We've played 2 here at the Big A, 4-0 Rays. Since August the 1st, game number 3 in that Texas Rangers series. 4 runs or more in an inning 13 times the last 18 games. And it goes back to how many times can you ask the offense to pick you up.
And they've responded as well as they can, but you got to put up some zeros at some point. When you talk about balance throughout a lineup, the Angels have had that. But it's difficult for a team to come back and keep scoring. When you score some runs, then you give it right back up.
This is the second best offensive month for the Angels this year. As a team hitting .284 with 28 home runs. Their best month was June. And the Angels, at least average-wise, they hit .299. Home run-wise, July was their big power month. But offensively, the runs are there. And you're going to have games where a pitcher just shuts you down. But for the most part, the guys keep swinging the bats well as Pena gets tied up there. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And there's no doubt in my mind, even with a pitcher like Matt Moore on the hill who has outstanding stuff, the offense will respond and get back in the game. Now it's going to be up to Greinke to slow down this Rays offense and work quickly, get a couple 1, 2, 3 innings and allow the offense to put it together.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pena led off that second inning, striking out looking. And a very good breaking pitch by Greinke. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. There's the first down here in the 3rd. Saturday, September the 1st, college football comes to Fox. Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington will get you ready for kickoff. Then Matt Barkley and number 3 USC will battle Hawaii. Premier college football Saturday, September 1st, 4 p.m. Pacific only on Fox.
USC's number 3. A lot of people think they're the best in the country right now. Although they have some problems at the running back position right now as far as health. They're a pretty good team. Great receivers.
Oh, 1 count on Roberts, who started off the rally for the Rays in the second with a single with 1 out. Rodriguez followed with a single. Molina drew a walk to load him up. Then Elliott Johnson was hit by a pitch to force in the first run. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a bases loaded walk to B.J. Upton. Brought in the second. Joyce with a 2 RBI single. Fouled off to the right.
Now Zach's got to see that swing by Roberts and that fastball at 93 away, and realize how late he was in that fastball, and just go right back to that exact same spot.
Two balls and two strikes. Rodriguez on deck. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Down goes Roberts. Back-to-back strikeouts for Greinke. 2 outs.
After a slow curve on the outside corner, came back with a hard slider. Roberts protecting against potential hard fastball away, committed to his swing, and Greinke gets a strikeout, his 4th of the game.
John Rodriguez had a single to left field in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. He's also scored a run. Two balls and 1 strike. This is the 10th and final game of the homestand. Homestand that has seen the Angels take a lead in a game just 3 times in the 10 games. To start a game, I should say. Score first. This one bounced up the line. Nice backhanded play by Callasco across the diamond. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Greinke. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Angels down 4-0. Descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Callasco's got that great range and strong throwing arm, about as far as away you can throw the baseball and get Rodriguez out at first base, who runs well. And the bottom line is, with this defense, in the infield and outfield. Just be aggressive, throw strikes, and get some ground balls.
Here in the bottom of the third, the Angels have the bottom third of the order. Ibar, Wells, and Wilson against Matt Morris. Faced the minimum 6. Gave up a single to Kendrick with an out in the second, but then got Kayasma on the very first pitch to ground into the inning-ending double play. Eric Ibar had a 2-for-5 game last night, including a couple of stolen bases. Hitting .273 on the year. Offers at that pitch, and it's 0-1. Eric with 7 home runs and 34 runs batted in, has 20 doubles and 4 triples. Down the line, this one's hooking, and it is foul. Right side, wrong shape. It's an 0-2 count.
And Moore has thrown 17 pitches, 14 in the strike zone.
And Ibar goes down swinging. Molina will have to throw on the first to complete the punch out. That is the second strikeout of the game for Moore. And a first down here to third.
And Moore hides the baseball well. He starts on the third base side of the pitching rubber, then throws across the body slightly. He'll create better deception for him. Very fluid mechanics and good deception also to go along with that 97-mile-an-hour fastball and the ability to throw a big 12-6 curveball.
There's Vernon Wells. Takes downstairs. Wells hitting .221 with 7 home runs. 18 runs batted in this season. He strike for the first time in this series. So he looks at the strike.
Waste of time for Moore also. He's that baseball doesn't move off that mound too much. 20 pitches on 16 strikes.
1-2.
And that's that part of the plate Jim Wolf has established. So as a hitter, right-handed, if he's going inside, that's got a chance of being called a strike. If you're a left-handed batter away, it's got a chance of being called.
One-two pitch. Wells fouls it straight back. Four runs, 3 hits, 3 left on for the Rays. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and nobody left on for the Angels. As Vernon hits winning the year down the left field line. It is foul. 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts for Moore. The Angels will have in their next homestand the Boston Red Sox in town. It's just a 3-game homestand against the Red Sox, and that'll begin on August the 28th. Be sure to purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. Moore now with 3 punch-outs. No walks and 1 hit allowed, and Bobby Wilson will step up.
Well, he established that fastball in and then drops a curveball down and in. You have to respect that as a hitter because he's able to spot it inside against you.
0-1 count. Bobby doesn't like the call as he says something to Jim Wolf. Wilson hitting .230 on the year with a couple of home runs and 11 runs batted in. Bobby pops it up left side of the infield. Elliott Johnson gives way to Ryan Roberts, the second baseman, who makes the catch right next to Elliott Johnson. A 1-2-3 third. 3 complete. It is 4-0 Reds. Thrown a total of 26 pitches through 3 innings. That is it. 22 strikes. Zach Greinke, on the other hand, has thrown 64 pitches. 32 have been strikes. He has 4 punch outs, 2 walks, but gave up a 4 spot in the second. And he'll face 8, 9, and 1. Molina, Johnson, and Jennings for the Rays here in the 4th inning. Jose Molina drew a walk in the second. At that point, had loaded the bases up for the Rays. Came around to score as he looks at a fastball for a strike. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss. And it's an 0-2 count. And with bouncing out in front of the plate, it's a ball and 2 strikes. The Angels did make a move in the bullpen today. They finally activated Jordan Walden, so he is good to go in the pen if necessary. Hisanori Takahashi was optioned down to AAA Salt Lake. Now it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Elliott Johnson on deck. This one sliced down the line and out of play.
And now you can go back with the hard slider. The pitch before, with back-to-back slider, I thought maybe fastball away would get him. Now that you've established a fastball, now you got an opportunity to get a swing and miss on a hard slider.
Comes back with a fastball. The count remains at 2-2. 70 pitches thrown by Greinke. Angels have a travel day tomorrow. It's an off day. Heading back to the East Coast. 3 against Boston beginning on Tuesday night. And then 3 against the Tigers beginning Friday. That pitch is down low. So from 0-2 to 3-2. A full count on Jose Molina. Elliott Johnson was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Stands on deck. Desmond Jennings after that. He walked him. Leadoff man is on board. After getting ahead at 0-2. Leadoff walk to Molina. We'll take a look at our AT&T trivia question for this afternoon's game. And today we ponder the following. Prior to Zach Greinke, 2009, who was the last Kansas City Royal to win the American League Cy Young Award? Johnson, no official at bat as he was hit by a pitch in the second with the bases loaded. Picked up his 29th run batted in. Yaspa plays in on the grass at third base. Johnson pulls a bunt on the first base side. Greinke will barehanded a throw on the Pujols. 1 out as a sacrifice moves Molina to the second.
Joe Madden, not necessarily a big believer in the sacrifice bump, but in that situation there to be able to advance Jose Molina in a scoring position, and knowing how well the offense for the Angels can get back in the game, he's trying to expand that lead if he can.
So 1 out. Molina standing at second. Here's Desmond Jennings. Fly ball to center to pop to short. 0 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes.
Even split as far as strikes and pitches out of the strike zone for Greinke so far here. 74 pitches thrown, 37 strikes, 37 out of the zone.
This one lined into center field, and that's a base hit. Molina will be stopped at third as Trout gets the baseball back in. And almost overthrows Pujols. Not what you want to do to put Jennings in scoring position. So the Rays with runners at first and third. And B.J. Upton's coming up.
Jennings a definite stolen base threat also. 22 stolen bases in 24 attempts. So this would be a challenge for Greinke and Wilson.
Upton with a strikeout and a bases loaded walk into second. 0 for 1. Oh, 1. Jennings standing at first base with 22 stolen bases on the year. Rays tops in the stolen base category in the American League with 102. Back-to-back third to first moves that nobody's binding on. Molina with a leadoff walk, standing at third base after Johnson sacrificed him to second, and Jennings singles him to third. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've gone from a lot of fastballs as high as 95 miles per hour to all of a sudden just a lot of breaking pitches out of the strike zone.
Still the best pitch in the game, a well-located fastball.
One and two. Matt Joyce, who had a 2 RBI single in the second inning, is the man on deck. Swing and a miss down goes Upton, 2 down. Now it's about closing out the inning. It's been an initial for Angels pitchers in the month of August. We're talking about those innings 13 times in which Angels pitchers allowed 4 or more runs in an inning, including today's game in the month of August. A total of 60 runs have been scored in those innings alone. 21 of those with 2 outs.
Just that focus to get through an inning. You're not through with 2 outs. A lot of times you'll see that with pitchers. They think you're through it, but you're not.
And that includes today's second inning, in which a bases loaded walk with 2 outs brought in a run, and then Joyce followed suit with a 2 RBI single. So 3 of the 4 runs coming with 2 outs. 2 RBIs giving Joyce now 46 on the year. One ball, 1 strike. '81 pitches thrown by Zach.
Change up there. Thrown a couple curveballs and a change up now.
Molina standing at third and Jennings at first with 2 outs. Greinke trying to keep this a 4-run deficit. The Angels, when they come up eventually in the bottom of the 4th inning, will finally face more for the 2nd time. Rays now 3rd time through the order here in the 4th. Runner goes, pitch out to throw down to second. Low throw, and it gets away from Ibar. And if the throw's on the bag, they get Jennings easily. Said it's a stolen base. 23rd of the year.
Mike Sosa guessed right, but the execution was not there.
Nice job by Ibar to keep the ball on the infield.
It's very difficult, especially when you have the base runner sliding towards the baseball itself, and you're trying to be able to scoop it and then avoid getting hit like he did.
From the windup, here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that is rolled foul.
And Joe Madden always aggressive, even with 2 strikes on Joyce. He sends Jennings. That is 23rd stolen base. He's trying to be able to steal a run by doing so. A low throw, which almost happened, for one for Ibar to be able to keep that in front.
Cued off the end of the bat toward Callasco, and the inning finally comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Rays. Baseball is brought to you by the new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. The bottom of the 4th inning, 4-0 Rays. The Angels will have the top of the order coming up, and Trout, Hunter, and Pujols to face Matt Moore, who's thrown a total of 26 pitches through the first 3 innings. He has struck out 3, walked no one, and allowed 1 hit. That was to Howie Kendrick with an out in the 2nd.
He's thrown 4 pitches out of the strike zone itself so far. We talked about him in the beginning, how good of a pitcher he is. Still young. He's been pitching exceptionally well since June 1st. 8-2 mark with an ERA under 3 at 2.79.
His last start against the Angels was on the 28th right here. He went 6 in the 3rd, struck out 6, walked 2, allowed no runs on 4 hits. Trout takes outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Mike grounded out to short in the bottom of the 1st innings. He's 0 for 1. Rodriguez in at the cut of the grass at 3rd. Pena way off the line at 1st. Playing in as well as Trout looks at the strike. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. This one into right field, hit pretty well. Chasing Joyce back, still going back. This one is gone. Big fly for Mike Trout, a solo shot the opposite way. It's 4-1 Rays.
Boy, what an impressive piece of hitting from Mike Trout. Once again, 24th home run, 70th RBI going the other way. That's a long way for a right-handed batter to hit this baseball. Fastball away, had that approach of looking away against Moore, and still kept his hands back and got the good part of the bat on the baseball and hits it out the right field. You don't know how hard that is if you're watching a game for a right-handed batter to hit a ball that far the other way. It's extremely hard to be able to make that type of contact on a fastball thrown that well by a left-handed pitcher and going that way.
'24th home run, 70th run batted in. Two balls and no strikes on Torrey. Hunter, a ground ball to Rodriguez in the first, so he's 0 for 1. Looks at a strike. That's off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Well, in any other year, Moore would be considered a leading candidate to win Rookie of the Year, but when you look who this had an at-bat against you, what he did against you, everyone else is just kind of trying to work their way into second or third place as far as that voting for Rookie of the Year.
And maybe in a scenario where Moore probably forgot the count and the situation there.
First 3-ball count for him in the game. Yeah. It's unusual for him so far.
And Torrey hits one in the air out to right. Joyce a couple of steps over. There's the first down here, the 4th. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. We're talking about Zach Greinke's Cy Young Award with the Kansas City Royals prior to Zach's win in '09. The last Royal to win the Cy Young,
David Cone. It was that shortened year that year, '94, but he was unbelievable. You talk about a guy that could throw different arm angles and throw it well and pitch in big games. David Cone was that guy.
Fastball, a called strike, and Albert with a glance back to Jim Wolf. Albert hit a fly ball to center field in the first, so he's 0 for 1. Trout with the leadoff home run here in the 4th, putting the Angels on the board. Trailing at 4-1 now. One ball, 2 strikes. Sharply hit, but right at second baseman Ryan Roberts, who is positioned perfectly. 2 outs.
How impressive has Mike Trout been since July 1st? His 16th home run, which is tops in baseball. And he's your leadoff hitter. And also hitting .344.
There's Trumbo. Swings the first pitch, pops it up to shallow right center. Ryan Roberts going out as the call and the catch. As Moore retires the next 3 guys, the Trout gets the Angels on the board. 24th home run and 70th run batted in. We have played 4 here at the Big A. Rays lead at 4-1. The amazing grilled cheese bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Dodge. Top of the fifth, it is 4-1 Rays. Evan Longoria to lead things off. Mike Brown with a solo home run lead off the fourth. Putting the Angels on the board as Greinke delivers a strike on Longoria. He'll be followed by Pena and then Roberts. Rays designated hitter 0 for 2 today. Fly ball to center and a fielder's choice. This one's ripped past Callaspo, and it's a leadoff single. Mentioned the Angels have a travel day tomorrow, heading off to Boston. Pitching probables: Santana, Heron, and Weaver for the Angels. Cook, Buchholz, and Morales for the Red Sox.
Cook, one of those power sinkers that we saw in that series against Cleveland, where we had back-to-back games against power sinkers. So pretty good success against those pitchers.
Pena fouls off the breaking pitch, and it's 0-1.
Pena twice on breaking pitches in this game.
Fastball upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pena twice is struck out, once looking. That was the second inning. One swinging in the third. One ball, 2 strikes.
Look, Greinke got away with a changeup. Good idea on that pitch against Pena, but it was elevated. Pena fouled it straight back. I don't know if he'll come back with that slow curveball. You have to have it in the dirt, though.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Longoria is still a station-to-station base runner, nursing that hamstring injury back.
It allows Pujols to play off the base.
We're told that Evan might get a chance to see the field when they return to the Trop this week. He wants to get out there. Taking it very slowly. That pitch is a called strike 3. Down goes Pena. There's down number 1.
His fastball here off the plate, but gets the benefit of the call. Good frame by Wilson. The hitter looking for a curveball there and gets the express instead, just off the plate though.
There's Roberts, 1 for 2. Single in the second, a strikeout in the third. 5 hits this afternoon for the Rays. They've stranded 5 men. The Angels have 2 hits, a single by Callaspo and the home run by Trout. Halos left nobody on base. Count even now. A game in Kansas City, a finals of the White Sox lost today 5-2. Tigers ended up losing 7-5 to the Orioles. Texas won earlier today 11-2 over Toronto. Oakland currently leading Cleveland 1-0 into third. All games that matter as far as the wild card is concerned.
Even in the National League, that wild card race is bunched up now too. Pittsburgh beginning to struggle.
2-1 in the air to left. This one chasing Wells back to the warning track, and at the wall that is gone. A 2-run home run. And it is 6-1 Rays. Roberts with his second home run as a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. Picks up his 10th RBIs.
And just like we've said often of late, just when you get back in the game, the home run by Trout makes it 4-1, and Tampa responds right back and scores themselves. Fastball hard of the plate, jumps on it. His second home run as a Ray. 10 RBI for Roberts.
The Angels started to get action in their bullpen. Looks like LaTroy Hawkins begins to play catch as the breaking pitch is in for a strike. Greinke's thrown 97 pitches. We're in the fifth. It's our GoPro bullpen cam. It is LaTroy. Kind enough to join us on the pregame show today. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 to Rodriguez. Swinging a miss. 2 outs. Seven strikeouts for Greinke. 6 hits and 6 runs allowed. 4 2/3. And Molina steps to the plate. Oh, 1 count. Molina twice has walked in this game. He scored a run. That was in the second. This one out to right field. Trumbo is moving in to his left, and the inning comes to an end. But Ryan Roberts extends the lead for the Rays with a 2-run home run, his second for the Rays, and it's 6-1 Tampa Bay. Hyundai, key to the game.
Well, we talked about at the start of the game, turn the page. Now it's an opportunity to do so again here. The bottom of the fifth. Trust the offense for Mike Scioscia's club here to get back in this game. Look at the approach that Mike Trout had and the success he had looking away with the fastball. See if you can get yourself into fastball counts and not chase that curveball in the dirt. The opportunities here, you have Howie, who's very good as far as that inside-out approach. against Moore. Hopefully there's some success in that game plan.
Howard to lead things off, followed by Alberto Callaspo, and then Eric Ibar here in the fifth for the Halos. Howie had a single to right field in the second innings. He's 1 for 1. One thing you like from Moore is that after giving up the leadoff home run to Trout in the fourth inning, fell behind to Torrey Hunter, but then got 3 straight outs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
In this sequence so far, Howie has seen a changeup and a breaking pitch.
42 pitches thrown by Matt Moore. Outside. A 3-1 count. This is the second 3-ball count that he's had this afternoon.
He's faced 14 batters so far in this game now, Howie being the 14th. He's only the 3rd batter in which he's thrown 5 or more pitches to.
That's a strike, a full count.
Versus going into last inning, Zach Greinke faced 21 batters, and 12 batters for the Rays have saw at least 5 pitches.
Three-two, foul off to the right. Everything that has gone wrong for the Angels pitching staff has in the month of August. The start of the day is 6.69 ERA for the staff in this month as Howie strikes out swinging. And there's out number 1, strikeout number 4 for Moore. That'll bring up Callaspo. Hey, slide into the driver's seat of a brand new Chevy or win tickets to an upcoming Angels game for you and 3 friends. For official rules and your chance to win, visit angels.com/Chevy.
We're going to have to go down there in that series against the Red Sox.
Buddy, we're going to have to do a lot of things beginning on Tuesday at Fenway Park, unless the Angels can do something today. Mix it up a little bit.
Whatever it takes.
1 ball, 1 strike. Alberto saw 1 pitch in the second inning and grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. See his season average at 245. Lifts this one out toward right center. Upton over. 2 outs. Those numbers you were just talking about, how many pitches per at bat or per plate appearance for Moore, is the reason why he's faced more than 3 batters in an inning once, and that was in the 4th inning because of the home run to Trout. Everything else has been minimum 3. If Ibar takes out John, of course, helped down by the double play ball in the second.
Well, for a guy that throws as hard as he doesn't waste a lot of energy. More good delivery, quiet.
This one back toward the middle. Elliott Johnson has it. Little spin move, fires at first, but he fires it over the head of Pena. It would have been an interesting play at first base had that throw been on the bag. It would have been one heck of a play had Johnson turned it in.
Oh, he's showing great range and a strong arm. Ibar gets a base hit out of that one. The outfield grass spin and a strong throw, but high and over the head of Carlos Pena. And Ibar gets another infield hit. You can see if Vernon can get a hold of a fastball here and drive it out.
Vernon a strikeout victim in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. Moore will work from the stretch for just the 2nd time today. Wells tardy on the fastball, and it's 0-1.
It's the 29th infield hit this season for Eric Ibar.
Breaking pitch just missed him. This one to left field, and that's toward the corner. Ibar rounding second. He'll head to third. Nice job by Jennings in getting the baseball in. That will hold Ibar at third base. That was a quick gather and release by Jennings to hold Ibar at third.
You realize that the Angels, with their speed, and Dino Evil very aggressive at third base, for the coaching position to be able to send a base runner home. Jennings, good speed, good read off the wall. You're not able to do that unless you practice that during batting practice to be able to see what kind of read you're going to get off. He got it in quickly to his relay, man, and he was able to keep Ibar at third. Good swing for Vernon. The 7th double of the year.
Carlos Pena talking things over now with.
Saw him do that a number of times with Fernando Rodney last night, a couple times in this game.
He tried to wave off Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire. So Bobby Wilson will come to the plate with runners at second and third and 2 outs. The Angels down 6-1. Bobby popped out his first time up. A 1-0 count. Two and 0.
Well, and if you're Bobby, you got to be patient here. He said it last night. We'll say it again now. You have Mike Trout on deck. You have to make sure if it's a fastball, you want it in a spot where you can do the damage. Otherwise, take a pitch.
Working from the full windup. 2-0 pitch. Bobby fouls it back at the fastball. 2 balls and a strike.
Good pitch to do some damage. You got a fastball in the inner half, and he fouled it straight back.
Two-out infield single for Ibar, followed by the double by Wells, his 7th of the year. 2-1 pitch. Bobby chasing ball 3. Instead, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Mike Trout is on deck. Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just popped up. Bobby chasing the off-speed pitch. Molina and Pena, and they collide. The ball drops. And Molina may be hurt.
Wayne Molina was calling all the way, and Pena came in and solid collision, knocked that ball loose. It looks like when he was reaching up, Pena with his elbows up, just as the ball is about ready to go in the glove, the elbow right to the side of the face. Well, he got him really hard with that elbow. They've been in the temple area, too, on the side of the head.
Now, originally off the bat, it looked like Jose maybe struggled just enough where Pena thought that he had to come in and take charge of it. Remember, we've talked about the sun here, and sometimes it's better for a guy at a different angle to take the fly ball. But it looked like Jose had a beat on it for a good chunk of the time.
No question, but we've always said, and even talking to catchers over the years, that they'd much rather have the first baseman, or if it's on the other side of the field, the third baseman call him off. Pretty hard collision.
They'll keep checking him out, especially on a hot day like today. Get a chance to catch a couple of pitches, I would imagine, here, and Bobby Wilson will get another opportunity. On the scoreboard, they're showing an error on that play. It's going to be a tough error, I would imagine, since it went in and out of the glove of Molina, that Jose would get charged with that. But that is a tough error. It should just be a no-play foul ball.
I mean, because the impact on that play, it's tough to get an error on that play.
So runners at second and third, still 2 outs, and Wilson with a 3-2 count. Pena gets charged with the error. Here's another payoff pitch, and Wilson takes outside. They're loaded up with Trout.
Now it's time for Coors Light. Cold, hard blast. We mentioned Mike Trout being able to get an opportunity to get up in this spot. And back in the fourth inning, did a tremendous job of keeping his hands back on a hard fastball for Moore, and hits it out to right field for his 24th home run, 70th RBI. Those are Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light. Well, you wonder with that delay, too, for Moore. That's why it was good for Bobby Wilson to show some patience. High fastball out of the zone. Now your chance is here. Moore's been on a roll, but there's been a lot of delays in this inning, from conversations from Carlos Pena earlier in the inning to the collision between Jose Molina and Carlos Pena, and now the discussion with pitch coach Hickey and Moore. On Mazda leaderboard since July 1st, 16 home runs for Mike Trout, which is the most in Major League Baseball.
First one on the way, a little bit high, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. John 1 for 2. That home run in the fourth inning, 24th of the year, 70 runs batted in. He's got Ibar standing at third, Wells at second, Wilson at first. Now the 1-0. Fastball downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Tremendous patience, too, for Trout. Young hitter, but knows the strike zone well. Now he's got himself in a great hitter's count.
25 pitches thrown by Moore this inning. Off-speed pitch, he popped him up. Shallow right center field. Roberts gives way to B.J. Upton. The inning comes to an end. The Angels load him up and leave him loaded. We've played 5-6 to 1 Rays.
Trout can generate, and the balance. This tremendous job as far as the balance it through the baseball, able to keep his hands back, squares it up, and then through hits it out to right field with that compact swing. The point is 24th home run, 70th RBI. Freeze Cam was brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Elliot Johnson will lead things off here in the 6th inning for the Rays. Greinke back out.
Well, even getting back to that pitch, it more through Trout. 2-0 changeup. Just an outstanding pitch and a lot of guts to throw that pitch with the bases loaded. Your third best pitch. You got Trout out in front. You got the fly ball to get through the inning. That's pitching.
Johnson's been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded and a sacrifice bunt, so no official at bat for him this afternoon. Did pick up an RBI, his 29th. This one's fouled back as he loses the handle of the bat with the bottom hand. It's 1-2. Little dribbler up the third base line. Tough play. Wilson's not going to get Johnson. It's an infield base hit.
We'll take a look at our AT&T U-verse replay. We talked about that pitch that Moore made. 2-0 changeup. And you know, if you're Trout or any hitter in that spot, especially with the bases loaded against a young pitcher, you're looking for a fastball, but Moore threw a perfect off-speed pitch to get a fly ball out.
Desmond Jennings, the man at the plate. Johnson over at first. 0-1 count. Got to be cognizant of Jennings, or pardon me, of Johnson at first base. 17 stolen bases. Jennings this afternoon 1 for 3. A single. That was in the 4th. Also picked up a stolen base, his 23rd. Troy Hawkins is ready to go in the bullpen when necessary. 107 pitches thrown by Greinke so far.
Johnson looked like he's ready to go.
Ground ball to second. Howie to Ibar for 1. On the first, a double play. And it's the one way that you're going to get a double play with those two guys on the bases. Johnson and Jennings.
Hard hit, quick throw over from Howie to Ibar. 4-6-3 double play. It's good feed by Howie.
So 2 outs and the bases cleared for B.J. Upton, the center fielder.
66 double play. Howie Kenner being able to turn this year, along with our guy Barr.
Upton today with a walk. That came with the bases loaded. Picked up his 54th RBI. He's also punched out twice. One and one. Angels pitchers once again unable to avoid a big inning, a 4-run second inning for Tampa Bay, giving them a 4-0 lead. Trout got a home run leading off the 4th inning to make it 4-1 Rays, but then Greinke right after that in the 5th inning gave up a 2-run home run to Ryan Roberts to make it 6-1. That's where we stand right now. The 1-2. Fastball just missed off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3. Fastball right down the middle. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels down 6-1.
take a look at our Nissan game reset with the Rays leading 6-1 here. Tampa scoring 4 runs in the second. Matt Joyce with a big 2-run single, who's had success against Greinke, who had his career coming in at 385 average. Angels' last 4-game series loss at home was 0-5 versus Seattle back in July of 05.
Here at the bottom of the 6th inning, the Angels will have Hunter, Pujols, and Trumbo to face Matt Moore. Torrey Hunter 0 for 2 with a ground ball to third and a fly ball to right. This one's popped up. Elliott Johnson, the shortstop, calls off Rodriguez. 1 out. Torrey has the DH today, is 0 for 3. And now Albert Pujols will step up. Albert's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center and a ground ball to second. Angels have managed 4 hits today against Moore, 2 of which came in the last inning. But as we pointed out, Matt made a terrific pitch on a 2-0 count to Mike Trout with the bases loaded to get him to hit that fly ball to shallow center field. Albert takes inside, 1-0.
When that's so difficult to have the confidence to be able to throw your third best pitch with the bases loaded, like he was able to do against Trout. Because you're always taught as a pitcher, don't get beat with your third or fourth best pitch. Especially in a spot like that, you have the lead, you want to get beat with your number 1 pitch, and that being his fastball.
2-1. Time was called. Boy, Moore was really into that windup already.
It's very difficult to stop your throwing motion.
Two and two. This one out toward left field, hit pretty well. Jennings is going back on the warning track at the wall, leaps up, and that is gone. 28th of the year, a solo shot at 6-2 Rays.
Almost as if Jennings mistimed his leap at the wall. But Albert will take it, his 28th home run, 85th RBI. He's going to carry much better during the day. Fastball on the inner half, and he was quick through the baseball. And gets it out to left, right by the bullpen mounds. Off the plate in, and quick. How quick he was able to tuck his hands in and get that bat head through to hit it out to left field. Hoping that baseball would get out, and just that slight little timing mistake by the jump by Jennings allowed that to get out of the ballpark. Looked like he had a chance to bring it back, but he didn't. Break for the Angels, now only down by 4.
28th home run, 85th run batted in for Albert. Oh, 2 pitch to Trumbo. This one's hitting the air to left. Jennings just moving around a little bit. Puts it away for the second out here in the 6th. Aerial coverage brought to you by Hangar One, vodka made in California, actual aircraft hangar.
Trumbo got his pitch right there at the hit. You can see the frustration. He's back into the dugout. He just missed that one. And that was a fastball that was up inner half, and that's the pitch he generally crushes, and just missed it.
Howie Kendrick 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. 1 ball, 1 strike. I was looking at the game logs for Mark Trumbo, the struggles that he has had. As Howie swings and misses. Since July 17th, Trumbo's had 3 extra base hits, all 3 home runs. The July 17th game was at Comerica Park against the Tigers. The last time he doubled. Pitch was down low. He also tripped. No, he doubled in that ball game. He doubled a home run in that game against the Tigers on the 17th. This one fouled off. Full count.
There's the times he's had that good swing, good approach hitting, base hits the other way. Ground balls up the middle. He keeps working hard. He's seen him a number of times in the tunnels, back cages hitting. Obviously early batting practice, trying to get that swing back.
And Moore picks up a strikeout of Kendrick to end the 6th inning. The Angels get a run on Pujols' 28th of the year. We've played 6 here at the Big A, and the Rays lead at 6-2.
You can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer.
6-2 Rays, top of the 7th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Angels as LaTroy Hawkins has taken over for Zach Greinke. And LaTroy will be facing 3, 4, and 5. Joyce, Longoria, and Pena here for the Rays.
LaTroy with a 3.89 ERA, 34 and 2/3 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts. His 38th game. Good solid fastball, 90 to 93 range, curveball, slider, change.
Zach Greinke, 6 innings, 7 hits, including a home run, 6 runs, all 6 earned, 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. Matt Joyce 1 for 2 today. 2 RBI single against Greinke in the 2nd inning. He's walked and grounded out in his other 2 plate appearances. Off speed, rolled foul. An 0-2 count on Joyce. Hawkins pitched Friday night, went 2 innings, gave up a run on 3 hits, and had a strikeout. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Two and two now. Today's start for Zach, his 5th as a member of the Angels. The 2nd time that he's had a start in which he's allowed 6 runs. The other one coming in his 2nd start on August 3rd against the White Sox. And in that game, he also had a big blow-up inning as well. Joyce hits this one out to left. Vernon Wells makes a catch for the first out. Folks, groups of 25 or more can enjoy Angels baseball all summer long for as low as $8 per seat. To book your group outing today, call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/groups. 1 out here to start the 7th, and Evan Longoria, the DH, will step up.
Mike Butcher and Zach Greinke just talking about his performance. I mean, you look at the strikeout, solid, 8. But I think when you look with Greinke today, 4 walks. He's at times get away from that trust in his ability to spot his fastball. And he's got one of the best fastballs in the game.
.113 pitches thrown by Greinke. We've heard of the last couple of days too. I mean, fans want to know who to blame. And that's what it boils down to right now, because they're frustrated, as well they should be, considering the way this team has played in the month of August, the expectations going into the season. And granted, it was a horrible month of April. They turned things around, played very good baseball, and played themselves back into contention. But fans want someone to point the finger at. Of course, Mike Scioscia is an easy target. He's the skipper. He's the guy that's in charge. Mickey Hatcher lost his job earlier this year. Mike Butcher, obviously, because the pitching is struggling, the focus obviously turns to the pitching coach. And that may or may not be fair, depending on who you talk to. But just going back the last couple of days, there's been quote-unquote miscommunication between Chris Iannetta and whomever's been on the mound. Today, Bobby Wilson's behind the plate, and you were talking about that fastball command for Greinke. And all of a sudden, that 2nd inning blows up after being able to spot that fastball as high as 95 early on. And all of a sudden, the game plan completely changed, and you blink and 4 runs are in, and people sitting there going, well, whose fault is it?
Well, I mean, the bottom line as a pitcher, it's just like a quarterback in football. You dictate what goes on. You dictate the pace. As a pitcher, you have the bottom and final decision as far as what pitch you're going to throw. And you have that game plan before the game. You talk with your catcher. You talk with Butch. You get it together on the scouting reports. But the reality is, scouting reports are good. Don't get me wrong. But the reality is, you're a different pitcher, say, than the guys pitching the day before or the guy's going to pitch the day after you. You pitch your game. You trust what you have. If you command and trust your fastball and limit the amount of pitches thrown during the course of an at-bat, you're going to be successful, especially when you have a team that's athletic like the Angels are defensively. And I get back to the point of try to go out there and get 1 or 2 or 3 pitch outs. Don't get into that 5 or more pitches thrown to a batter. We talked about through 4 innings, Zach had faced 21 batters. 12 batters had seen 5 or more pitches. You don't have to throw that when you have that type of ability that Zach Greinke has.
Swing and a miss. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, going back to that road trip in Chicago, I mean, the Angel staff facing the 8th, the 14th, the 9th, and the 12th best hitting teams in the American League.
You know, you're not facing the Yankees, Red Sox, Rangers.
A full count.
But they become those type of teams when you fall behind in the count. And a lot of those games you've been behind, you've seen 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Well, they start to see the ball better because they're looking for a fastball in a zone. And you ask any hitter there is, when they know or have a feel that a fastball is coming in a spot, they have a real good chance of hitting that ball well. Your job as a pitcher is never allow them to feel comfortable looking for a spot against you.
This one pulled and off the glove of Howie Kendrick and into right field. 2-out hit for Carlos Pena puts a man on. Ryan Roberts will step up.
Number 19, second baseman, Ryan Roberts.
Roberts 2 for 3 today with a single and a 2-run home run. It's a 1-0 count. Bounce to short. Ibar will go the short way. Bobbles it. Now has to go the long way. And Pujols gets the foot down to the bag. And the inning comes to an end. Well, into the bottom of the 7th. The Angels down 6-2. Bottom of the 7th, the Angels down by the score of 6-2. The Halos will be sending up Cayaspo, Ibar, and Wells against Matt Moore, who this afternoon has 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. 2 career starts here at the Big A, and well, he's been very, very good in both starts. 6 in the 3rd the first time. 4 hits, no earned runs. He gave up a couple of runs in his first start against the Angels, but that was back in April at the Trop.
That's when he was struggling early on. 11 strikeouts, his 3 walks in these 2 starts, covering 12 in the 3rd innings pitch for Moore. He burst on the scene last year in the postseason against the Rangers when he went 7 innings. Threw the ball very well. He had a chance to be in a big-time winner for a lot of years. A smooth mechanics, good game plan, fielded his position well. And just from conversations, he's a guy that listens too. He's going to absorb information.
Cayaspo's 0 for 2 with the double play ball and a fly ball to center field. One ball, one strike. Moore, an 8th round pick in 07 by the Rays. High school draft pick out of New Mexico. He's going to go to the University of New Mexico before signing with the Rays. Three balls and a strike. Jordan Walden is up and loosening right now. And Cayaspo's on board with a leadoff walk. You can still subscribe to MLB.tv today, and you can take advantage of the new low pricing and see every remaining Angels out-of-market games live online. In HD quality, visit Angels.com to order. Get more details, MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So Alberto is on board. Second base on balls issued by Moore. And here's Ibar, who had a single, infield variety, in the 5th inning. 1 for 2. Oh, 1 count. Left-hander Jake McGee begins to play catch out of the Rays bullpen.
Anytime you get deeper in the game and you walk the leadoff batter, that always sends a danger sign to your manager. And Joe Madden right away has McGee up.
This ball carrying out toward the warning track. Upton tracks it down. There's out number 1 as Cayaspo heads back to first.
Oh, that's a pretty good carry. Big difference between day baseball and night baseball.
And that's going to be it with McGee ready to go. Joe Madden's coming out, making the signal. 88 pitches thrown by Moore. So Joe will replace one lefty with another. McGee pitched last night for the first time in this series. We've got ourselves a pitching change. We're in the 7th. And the Rays on top 6-2. McGee, the lefty, takes over on the mound, and he will be facing Vernon Wells.
McGee has a good fastball himself. 93 to 98, slider change. And we were discussing in the break there why the reason behind Joe Madden taking Matt Moore out, trying to make sure he keeps that innings thrown and pitch count to keep him strong and healthy. Still a young pitcher in Moore. And of course, Joe Madden has a lot of confidence in his bullpen, which has been very good this year, considering some new arms down there, new faces, and they've been successful the way Joe has managed that bullpen. Just looking at the numbers of innings, 137 and a third coming into the game for Moore, 23 starts. So right around that 6 innings per start. So it wasn't about pitch count necessarily, it was about innings out there and trying to keep them strong and fresh for not only this season, potentially the postseason, and for years to come.
Yep. So Wells will step up. He doubled off of Moore in his last at bat down the left field line, his 7th double of the year. So he's 1 for 2. Mentioned that McGee pitched last night, went 1 inning, all zeros. First one's fouled back, and it's 0-1.
One thing as a manager, you put your neck out on the line when you remove a pitcher who's throwing well, trying to keep him fresh, keep him around for a long time because of the way he's pitching, and you could change the course of the game. But Joe Madden is one of those managers who's always going to stick with his plan as far as making sure Moore is going to be successful for a lot of years pitching for the Rays.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. They've got a lot invested in Moore as well. They signed a 5-year contract. He signed through 2016 plus 3 one-year options. McGee is a Nevada native. 0-2. It's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's turned 26 years of age. 5th round pick in 04. Got a good look out of the pen last year. 37 games for the Rays. 5-2 with a 4.50 ERA. He's got Kayasma standing at first with 1 out here the 7th. Bobby Wilson on deck. Vernon fouls it back.
He with 45 strikeouts in 37 innings pitched. Talking about the life on the fastball and velocity.
This one will find its place in the seats on the first base side. First time Vernon has ever faced Jake McGee.
Vernon with 18 career home runs versus Rays pitching.
This one's popped up. First base side. Pena giving chase near the railing. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Bobby lifts one out to right. Joyce moving over. Makes the grab, and the inning comes to an end. We've played 7 here at the Big A, and it's 6-2 Rays.
His 24th home run. Ryan Roberts, a big home run, a 2-run home run, followed up by a solo shot by Albert Pujols, his 28th home run and 85th RBI. Here we are at 6-2, top of the 8th, with Jordan Walden taking over the mound for the Angels.
Walden, reinstated from the disabled list before the game today, as Takahashi was optioned down to AAA Salt Lake. Jordan on the disabled list. Missed 32 games with a strained right bicep. Made 3 rehab appearances at Salt Lake City. Went 0-1 and a 6.75 ERA. And here in the 8th inning, he'll be facing Rodriguez, Molina, and Johnson. Well, Troy Hawkins went 1 inning. Did 1 strikeout, 1 hit allowed. Greinke went 6 innings, gave up the 6 runs, and now Walden on to pitch here in the 8th. Off the end of the bat, may have broken the bat. It's 0-1 on Sean Rodriguez. It's 1 for 3 today.
Rodriguez up there hacking at that first pitch. Matt Moore today in this game, along with McGee, they were able to get 5 one-pitch outs against the Angels, including one of those being at the ground ball double play. So the importance of being around the strike zone and being around the strike zone early in the count allows you to get some quick outs.
Oh, 2. Rodriguez's base hit came in the 2nd inning. It was a single. He eventually scored 1 of the 4 runs. The Tampa Bay scored off Greinke in the 2nd. They got 2 in the 5th on the 2-run home run by Roberts. Swing and a miss. Down goes Rodriguez, and there's out number 1. Leadoff man retired, and that'll bring up Jose Molina.
A good hard slider from Walden. Throw that pitch, especially working the count, getting yourself in your favor as far as having that ability to throw an all-speed pitch instead of being forced into a fastball count. That's a nasty slider.
Last game Walden had pitched, it was on July the 8th, right here against the Orioles. So that first one misses inside, went 1 inning in that game, and then a couple of days later, I should say, was placed on the 15-day disabled list. 2-0. Molina has twice drawn a walk, and he's hit a fly ball to right. 0 for 1 for the Rays catcher. Two and one. It's 3 balls and a strike. Full count. Molina hit his 5th home run of the year in Friday night's game. That was off Jason Isringhausen. This one lined off the glove of Howie Kendrick and into right center. And it's a 1-out base hit. Nice effort by Howie. Couldn't come down with it. Elliott Johnson will step up.
Well, Molina went with that pitch just off the top of the glove of Howie Kendrick.
Johnson, the shortstop's been hit by a pitch, a sac bunt, and a single. He's 1 for 1. Molina takes off, had a running start, and the throw down's not in time. I mean, Walden never even with Pujols not holding him on, you've got to at least pretend that you're looking over there. That's a gift of a stolen base.
And that's his 3rd stolen base in 4 attempts for Molina. No chance for Bobby to throw him out.
Oju Cano Johnson. Oh, 2 on the way. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. That'll bring up Desmond Jennings.
Both strikeouts by Walden would be because of the fact is he got ahead of the counts. Molina got a base hit because he knew he was getting a fastball. It was a 3-2 count.
Joel Peralta on the right, Wade Davis on the left. Oh, and 1. Oh, and 2. Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll have Trout, Hunter, and Pujols coming up. Swing and a miss. Down goes Jennings. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Jordan Walden with the single. Smattered in there. Trout, Hunter, Pujols coming up. The Angels down by 4. Six to 2. Rays on top. Jake McGee is still in the ballgame. The left-hander to face the top of the order. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols for the Angels.
Joe Maddon had 2 right-handers warming up. Wade Davis and Will Peralta elected to stay with McGee with his power fastball from the left side.
McGee came on in the 7th inning. Retired the last 2 batters, and Wells and Wilson via the pop-up.
I know Joe is big into charts and stuff. Coming into the game, Mike Trout 297 batter versus left-handed pitching, but 361 versus right-handed pitching.
Mike Trout today 1 for 3, a home run in the 4th inning. 24th of the year, picked up his 70th run batted in. Push bunt on the first base side. McGee barehands it, flips on to first. And there's down number 1. Boy, if he gets that ball closer to the line, a little bit different story, but it is. It's the first down here in the 8th.
That was a good decision by Trout. He just ran it in on him enough, didn't get it down the line, and he used a bare hand to field that and flip it over to Pena, like we thought, because Trout's a little bit less of a batting average, not much. 297 coming in the game. Also the home run off of Moore, left-handed pitcher, goes to the right-hander now.
So that's going to be it for McGee, who goes 1 inning, all zeros. A pitching change. We are in the bottom of the 8th, 6-2 Rays. warm-up tosses. He'll be facing Torrey Hunter here. And nobody on base. Peralta pitching in his 59th game. Down in the game last night, went 1 inning, had 1 strikeout. He faced Torrey Hunter. That was a strikeout that he picked up.
Peralta with his sinking fastball, 86-91 curve slider, and split finger fastball, his go-to strikeout pitch.
Torrey drops a bunt on the third base side. Peralta has no play. It's an infield base hit with 1 out here in the 8th.
And when you're down by 4 runs, you need base runners. And Torrey Hunter, perfect bunt down the third base line. Himself a base hit. Chance for anyone to be able to throw out. Or even though Peralta got over there quickly, you're not going to be able to make that play.
Albert's 1 for 3 with a home run in the 6th inning. Breaking pitch outside. One 0 pitch. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
And a real good hitter's count for Pujols. Last at bat, 6th inning, hit a solo shot.
Hunter over at first base with 1 out. Trumbo's on deck. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. A 3-0 count on Pujols with 1 out. Here's the pitch. A strike. Albert, tired of waiting, backs out. Trout tried to bunt his way on against Jake McGee. McGee threw him out for the first down here in the 8th, and then Torrey dropped a perfect bunt on the third base line. And now the 3-1. Breaking pitch is popped up. Just got underneath it. Elliott Johnson, the shortstop, is there. 2 outs. And Mark Trumbo will come up now. 0 for 3. Strikeout, a pop up, and a fly ball to left. Scott Downs getting loose. He went 1/3 of an inning last night. His first appearance since coming off the DL. Oh, 1 count. The Rays with 6 runs on 9 hits. They've stranded 7. They've committed 1 error. That was on the Pena-Molina collision, the Bobby Wilson foul pop-up. Angels with 2 runs on 6 hits. They've left 4 on. Torrey takes off. The pitch is inside. A stolen base for Hunter.
Picked the right pitch on a split finger fastball. 6 stolen base, 7 attempts for Torrey.
2 solo home runs for the Angels today as far as their runs. Trout in the 4th, Pujols in the 6th. Bouncer to 3rd. Rodriguez has it. And we'll head to the 9th with the Angels down 6-2.
Santana throwing the ball much better of late, 6 and 10 with an ERA 5.59 versus the sinker baller Aaron Cook, 3 and 6 with an ERA 4.58. You're off to Beantown Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night games before going to Detroit. Take on the Tigers for 3.
Scott Downs comes on here in the 9th inning. He'll be taking on Upton, Joyce, and Longoria. Downs takes over for Jordan Walden in his first outing since his return today. 3 strikeouts and a hit allowed.
Well, good stuff for Walden. Good fastball, good command of his fastball, sharp slider also.
Scott last night pitched 1/3 of an inning. As he got Desmond Jennings to line out to end the 6th. B.J. Upton today 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. Fouled off to the right, it's 0-1. Right-hander Wade Davis getting ready for the Rays in the bullpen. There's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Upton drives this one out to the alley at right center field, and that ball's hit well, and that will go off the wall. Upton on his way to second to throw from Trout's not in time. It's a leadoff double as Upton picks up his 21st of the year.
And Upton's had himself a pretty good series here against the Angels. 7 for 18, a couple home runs, 4 RBI.
So leadoff man on board via the double and in scoring position for Matt Joyce. The right fielder today is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single in the second. One ball, no strikes. Today, the 19th day of August, and it has seemed much longer than that. One 0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Jack Greinke, 6 innings, 6 runs on 7 hits, including a home run. Hawkins 1 scoreless. Walden 1 scoreless. Matt Moore today went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. 5 hits, 2 solo home runs, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. Two and 1. Sharply hit to Howie. 1 hop. That will advance Upton over to third. And there's the first out here in the ninth.
And one of his productive outs from a raised hitter. Ball to the right side. He's able to advance Upton. Now third base with 1 out. You got Longoria up. You wonder if they're going to pitch to him with Pena on deck. I think they're going to go after him with the infield in. They're going to walk him here to set up a potential double play.
Longoria 1 for 4 today. A single with a run scored leading off the 5th. Angels pitchers have struck out 12 Rays this afternoon, but doesn't matter because none of those strikeouts checked yet. One of those strikeouts came in the second, but there were also 2 walks, one of which came with the bases loaded. Can't forget the hit by pitch with the bases loaded that brought in the first run. And so Longoria is on board, Upton over at third, and here's Carlos Pena, who's 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a single. Sam Fuld takes over at first base for Longoria as a pinch runner.
Number 23, first baseman Carlos Pena.
Pena has grounded into 9 double plays.
2 balls and no strikes on Pena. 16 home runs, 48 runs batted in for Pena.
The big pinch hit home run last night. It's Kevin Jepson. Had a fastball in the inner half and hit it out the right field.
Two balls and no strikes. Runners at the corners and 1 out. Full takes off. The pitch is cut on and missed. No throw, and it's a stolen base.
Taking away the double play now after Scott Downs. You got to think in terms of a strikeout. The infield's going to have to be brought in now.
4th stolen base is for Fulton. He stands at second. Upton with the leadoff double, now standing at third base. And now the 2-1 pitch. 3-1. The Angels have Jerome Williams loosening down the ninth. Downs has thrown 15 pitches here, 10 balls, 5 strikes. Ryan Roberts, second baseman, is a guy on deck. Bouncer over the head of Pujols and down the line. 2 runs will come in. Pena on his way to second, and the throw is not in time. 8-2 Rays here in the ninth.
His 16th double. After striking out his first 3 at bats, comes through with a single and now a double, driving in 2.
Mike Scioscia's coming out as Scott Downs faces 4 batters and gets 1 out. We've got a pitching change. Jerome Williams coming on to the ninth. The Angels down 8-2.
Power sinker, cut fastball, split finger fastball, curve, and slider.
He'll face Ryan Roberts. He's 2 for 4 today. A single and a 2-run home run. Strikeout on the ground out, the other 2. Oh, 1 count. Swing and a miss. A 0-2 count. A run for Roberts, his second as a member of the Rays. He had 6th in the National League this season. Swing and a miss. He goes down swinging, and there are 2 outs. Brings up John Rodriguez.
Real good sharp break for that one. Williams. Hard slider, gets a swing and miss.
Rodriguez getting to start at third base once again. 1 for 4. Had a single with a run scored in the second. The first one is in for a strike. Evens the count. Halos in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll have Kendrick Callaspo and Ibar coming up. The loss today, and the Angels will find themselves just 2 games over 500. Heading out on the road to take on the Red Sox for 3 beginning on Tuesday, and then the Tigers for 3 beginning on Friday night at Comerica Park. Chopper to the left side. Callaspo has it. And we will head to the bottom of the 9th inning, with the Angels trailing this one by the score of 8-2. Halos down 8-2 here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Wade Davis takes over on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays. Halos in jeopardy of being swept by the Rays after taking the final two games against the Cleveland Indians and thinking that you had a little momentum coming into this series, knowing that it was going to be a tough series against the pitching for Tampa Bay that is the best in the American League this season. Both starters and the bullpen have both been terrific throughout the year, and they've been terrific again in this series.
Well, they certainly have, and Wade Davis has had a nice year making that transition from a starter to a bullpen pitcher. Fastball 91-96, which is his best pitch. Curveball, slider, and a pretty solid changeup.
Lone exception, of course, Alex Cobb yesterday got knocked around for 8 runs early on in the ball game, but T.J. Wilson, the rest of the Angels pitchers, unable to hold that lead. Today it was Zach Greinke giving up 6 runs in 6 innings. Howie lifts one in the air, shallow right. Roberts cutting across toward the foul line. 1 out. Howie 1 for 4 on the afternoon.
We've seen from Roberts, he likes catching pop-ups. He even caught that one early in the game right in front of Elliott Johnson in shortstop position.
One out, nobody on for Alberto Callaspo. 0 for 2 today. Alberto 3 for 13 in this series. As the count evened up on him at 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Loss today, and the Angels will be 33-29 here at home. Out on the road, they are 2 games under 500. 2-2.
Boy, coming in this long homestand, though, you felt with the way that the offense had been producing, a good chance of having an outstanding homestand. Seattle, Cleveland. It was going to be tough in a 4-game series against the Rays here.
Full count now with Ibar on deck. There's a payoff pitch, and he walked him. So 1 out walk, puts a man on, and that'll bring up Ibar.
Joe's done a nice job at the helm here for the Rays against the Angels. His last 12 games, 11-1.
That of late would be straight up ownership.
Considering his first 15 games here, 1-14, I think his numbers were as far as a manager here at the Big A.
Callaspo ends up at second base, and Molina wants to talk things over with Davis here. Make sure you're on the same page as the sides in an 8-2 game of the ninth.
Make sure, because the signs will be different with the man on second. You don't go with just the first sign. Now you have the series of signs.
Joe Maddon's Rays 37 runs in this series against the Angels, the most runs they have ever scored in a series. That's off the heels of the perfect game that was thrown against them Wednesday at Safeco by Felix Hernandez. 2-1. Two. Wells is on deck. Eric pulls one foul at the first base line. The breaking pitch down and in, that's rolled foul. Now the 2-2. This was line to center, a base hit. Castro got a good jump. He'll be waved in. It is 8-3 Rays. Bravo picks up his second hit of the game, picks up his 35th RBI.
And the foul off a couple tough curveballs, got a fastball and hit it right back up the middle. Driving in Yaspo. Continues to swing the bat well, or Guybar. 2 hits in the game. His batting average up down to 276.
First one to Vernon. Breaking pitch, called strike. Vernon 1 for 3, had a double in the 5th. Kendrys Morales has come out to the on-deck circle. He would be pinch hitting at Bobby Wilson's spot, assuming we get to that point. Oh, 2. Ground ball back up the middle, deflected. They get the lead runner at second base. And if that ball's not deflected, perhaps it goes up the middle and into center field. But as it is, it's a fielder's choice, and there are 2 outs.
Tried a quick turn on that one. High throw from Roberts. The game alive for Kendrys Morales.
Kendrys pinch hitting here for Bobby Wilson. And on the season, he's 2 for 10 as a pinch hitter with 4 runs batted in. Last night as the DH, went 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and an RBI. Hitting .282 on the year. He's got Wells standing at first. Nobody holding him on. 3 infielders playing Morales to pull. And Wells takes off to second. Defensive indifference. Puts a man in scoring position. That'll leave the count. Way to glance back, a courtesy glance at that to Wells. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Mike Trout on deck. It's 3-1 on the
sudden, Davis having a tough time throwing strikes. Cut fastball there, missed the pitch before, fastball up and out of the zone at 95.
Now the 3-1 pitch. That is a strike. Morales thought that pitch was outside. So full count.
Just off the outside corner at 96. That's the part of the plate that Jim Wolf's been calling quite a bit throughout the entire game.
Now the 3-2 to Kendrys. He fouls this one back. Another foul off. Wells over at second base, and another 3-2 pitch, and that is fouled back. With the breaking pitch down and in. Fernando Rodney is up and playing catch lightly right now in the bullpen. Wade Davis thrown 26 pitches here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 1 run is in. Eight 3 Rays. Yet another payoff pitch. This one's chopped to the right side. Pena's got it. He'll flip to Davis, and the Angels have just been swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. Today, the final 8-3.
Well, it's a tough series. They scored 37 runs. 4-game sweep for Joe Maddon's Rays. Pitched well enough. Bullpen was solid for him. That day off, that all-important day off, to be able to clear the mind now for the Angels to get ready to go to Boston and take on the Red Sox in Fenway Park.
The climb just got steeper for the Angels with the loss today. It's their first 4-game losing streak since the 5-game streak they had back in April. And that then was a season high. Once again, the final 8-3 Tampa Bay. Stick around. Chris McGee, Jose Mota, Tip Salmon will break it all down in Angel 5 post-game edition, as that is coming up next.